Alright, we are going to quickly go over some word and analogies. So let's get started. Fortunately, both of these really do rely on just your vocabulary, and they're probably one of your more challenging words because sometimes they get very complex. So if we were just talking about word knowledge, try to pay attention to the first word, which is called the prefix. So a prefix is going to be the first word or the first section of that, multi-segment word. Um, they can also be in stuff like this. So these are prefixes because they're the first part of the word, and this is the second part of the word. Usually it's going to be a regular word in front of it, like a normal word, but it's going to have the extra word that alters the sentence a bit. So what I have on screen is just a couple prefix words you should probably understand and know so they can help you just a little bit better. And on this slide, there's also just more prefixes, words, and it's just stuff you can see if maybe that makes sense for you. Um, just in general, here, the problem with the word knowledge is, like I said, you have to just know the word. So all these, like, good tip they tell you to do is, do you understand the origin and the root word? So English language is from Greek and Latin words. So if you can identify like insomnia, which is the example, they have the Latin words of insomnis, and which create in Latin insomnus, which is almost just like insomnia. And so insomnia, this means sleepless. So in English, it means sleepiness or sleeplessness. So a good rule of thumb is if you understand a lot of Latin words, Latin root words, alright, sorry, if you could understand Latin root words, you'll be able to comfortably understand and identify some more words. Another thing is similarity. Usually, if the answers have multiple like questions or multiple words that have pretty much the exact same meaning, more often than not that answer is wrong. Because if they all have the same meaning, you still need to figure out which one best suits it, and they can't have them trick you like that. Also pay attention to its is it how good does it go in a sentence? If the word that you're trying to put in there sounds weird in a sentence, sorry, it's probably not right. Another one is positive or negative words. So does it sound positive? So like knowledgeable and so these are two words. As you can see, one word, knowledgeable, is a positive word, so more often than not, the word that is going to be just like it is going to also have to be positive. Uneventful, negative, so the answer is going to have to at least be a negative. Nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. So a noun is just a thing, a person, place, or thing. Usually, whatever they say a good rule of thumb is whatever parts of speech. Sorry, whatever parts of speech is the definition. More often than not, the answer will also be that same type of speech. So a noun is a person, place, or thing. Yeah, a person, place, or thing. Anything can be counted pretty much as a noun, but it has to have it's not uncountable. So emotions are uncountable. There's a lot of common suffixes for nouns. So ness, these are just some common noun phrases or suffixes, which are these in of the word. They can also suffixes are like ing, es, and stuff like that. Adjectives describe a noun, and they're also going to be they have some common words, so like this, like knowledgeable, gorgeous, forgetful, festive, and logical. So these are types of adverb suffixes right here, and they are used to describe the noun. A verb is an action word. They do not have like a set thing, but they're the only words that can be changed into the past, present, and future tense. All the other ones cannot. So if your word can go into past, present, and future comfortably, then it is a verb, and your goal is to find something that is probably more similar to a verb. The last one is an adverb. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. So adverbs are describing verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. So in a way, I'll give you an example. So adverb, verb, noun. You can use this for a lot. Usually adverbs usually end in ly because it's just easier to describe like that. But other than that, because there's not really much you can do, just really just read the dictionary, just answer questions. There's not much you can really do for this except yellow it. So, and the last one that I wanted to talk about was just verbal analogies. Trying to get that right now. So verbal analogies usually have a general framework of A is to B as B is to C. And there is only thing to really say is just understand the types of understanding the types of word relationships. So part of a whole analogy, I'm going to just write it right here. So a part, which is the wing, is a part of the bird. So bird, wing to bird, part to whole. A synonym, antonym, an example of a synonym would be like truth to fact, because the truth is the fact, or day is to night, because they're opposite. Um, Tools and analogies are just going to be just how something's used. So use a phone to call. So phone is to call. I will say categories, pairs, characteristics. Pretty simple. They're just like what the word implies. Like Nike is a type of shoe, or it's a category that belongs to the shoe. um, Scotch is a tape, so it'd be like Scotch to tape. And this Scotch is a characteristic of a tape, or it's Scotch is a category of a tape. Nike is a category of a shoe. For intensity, it's just gonna be like trickle to pour. They have the same definition, but their intensity is different. So sometimes the answer will be okay, which one has the most similar intensity? Um, Cause and effect is pretty simple. It's just what causes it. So like being careless to accidents. So because you weren't careless, because you're careless, you got an accident. Geographics are my favorite. They're really easy to understand. So it would literally be the the Statue of Liberty to New York. So your other answer could be like the Eiffel Tower to Paris. They have the first part, which is the geographic area, and then where it's actually located in. Okay, so a sequence of events usually is just gonna happen back to back, so I'm gonna put it down here. So it'd be like fall to winter, baby to toddler. And what that basically means is yeah, so what that means is like what order or sequence does it go in? I haven't really seen this that much, but you know, it's definitely probably on the test. Provider versus vision is just the worker slash job. So what this means is um, the barista, which is the job, to coffee, which is the what he makes. Logger to timber, baker to bread, just what they make and their job. And the source comprised of is just what is it and what's it made of. So a lake is the source and it is made up of water. Or a shirt to cotton because a shirt is made to cotton. Like pretty much that's all you have to worry about. Understanding which one goes where and you'll be fine. Um, the word knowledge is the only part where I'd be a little concerned about, but like I said, there's not really much you can do about that one except just be really good with the dictionary. It should be fine. It should be go through this. If you're stuck, move on. You don't have time. But yeah, it should be a very quick one, so that's it.